What is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and in this particular video, I'm actually going to be reviewing the game, Season 7, Episode 1, Season Premiere. And I just want to say again, y'all, I want to sit here and give all my just hugs and love support to my YouTube fam, and please don't get mad if I forget y'all, because I always forget one person. Okay, shout outs to Mike B. Some more love, the ghetto people. I hope you're doing well, with your surgery and you're still my prayers for healing and everything else. Okay, God blessed with that one, as always. And Squeaky Jones, Larica Latrice, Janae Nabessa, Jay from Up for Discussion, Self-Esteem Queen, Marcus Williams, Jamil TV. Oh, please, I hope I did not forget anybody. Yeah, so like I said, that's all the names I can think of on top of my head. But like I said, don't be mad at me if I forgot y'all. I try not to forget y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all. But like I said, thank you to all my old and new subscribers. Don't go subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Rate, same thing. But let's get into this, y'all. Now, this episode particularly focused around the whole thing. And by the way, y'all, this hat is from Shoutout. I'm going to try to probably put the information down. If you want interested in hats or any other products, I had it also in another video. It was a Love and Hip Hop Part 1 review, New York, that I did. That also had featured one of the products, but this is one of the products, the Spike hat. And I have a big ass head, y'all. I'm just letting you know. So it's going to look different on my head than it does on y'all's, okay? In most cases. So, anyways, y'all. So let me get into it. Now, the thing is that it's centered around Jason's retirement. He just retired 3 months later. They about to, hang up that jersey, retire his jersey and stuff, right? So it's basically around his celebration, okay? We celebrate, okay? And we got Malik, and, his arm is kind of on the chest, but it's still, upward. He's kind of just still using one arm as a result of basically being jumped, from his ex-sister, whatever's, baby daddy and his crew, whatever, jumping his ass after, kind of at the end of the last season, right? So, he's up there, he got, the beard going, he got this full beard going on and stuff, right? He's with this chick named, I think, I forgot what the child's name was. But wasn't this a strange thing, y'all? Maybe I was hearing stuff wrong, but I could have sworn when later on with Charnay and Jason trying to make sure to get him to go and stuff like that, he said, because his condition and stuff now, and basically he's really incapable of playing more football, and he basically feel like he got pushed aside and stuff like that. He was saying, I can't take it back, but she said sometimes don't you see give him cat baths or something? Did she say that? Am I hearing stuff wrong? And also, did y'all notice they were featuring the toilet scenes and bathrooms a little too much? I just say the toilet scenes featured 3 times. Okay, during here, okay? He was fucking throwing up. That's pretty much okay. By the way, just to let y'all know, disclaimer, I do have there's some language profanity in here. So, anyway, y'all, you got Malik. He's, up, watching Kung Fu flicks and shit like that. And then you got, Miss Tasha here. Oh my gosh. She should just left it alone. She up there Botox, getting Botox, because you know how she is. She's up here like, basically like, time may move on, but this face is always going to be, new and young and just fresh and shit, forever. Okay, we see the results later on. Okay, so anyway, y'all, fast forward, let's see the thing. So, because it was mostly, like I said, focused on, they had it like somewhat really 2 parts. They really just kind of stayed focusing on Jason's thing. So, Jason goes and Charnay go him, to get ready for this event. They go over to Malik's place, and like I said, with the girl, talking about, she licks his hands or whatever, give him cat bath and shit at night or whatever, and, stuff like that. And they're trying to get him going. Basically, Malik's talking stuff, and like I said, Jason hands him this damn thing, talking about, put this on the, list this here during the speech, right? And he's talking about some, this thing here, talking about some, the best, forever or something. It was something about basically saying he's the best forever, or always the best or something. And they were like, I ain't about to say this BS, and I wouldn't honestly neither. But, And Malik talking smack like I ain't about to go. He was like, basically, take your beautiful bartender away, blah, blah, blah. So Chardonnay, Jason leaves out his place. And Chardonnay's trying to talk to get him to go, like, you know what? You are Jason's best friend and stuff like that. And I thank you also for giving me the compliment that I'm beautiful and stuff like that. But he's basically trying to convince him to go. And he's talking about all this other stuff, like as if, he's, like I said, he is just talking stuff he's not going to go right. He's just going to stay in and stuff like that. And then I know he wished and said he was, he could do kung fu or something like that, But that ends scene there. So of course, we go to the big night. Everybody's dressed up nicely, and we got Kara sitting there. Her and Blue still sitting in the same building, and he goes separate, she goes separate way because we all know that she dumped him, thinking it was going to be better for the best for her. But of course, she still has feelings, and so you got the family there. You got Jason Pitts, his mom and his dad, and his brick practice. They got it. That same. Isn't that the same 22 or 26? I don't know that child. No, she's 16 now. Okay, and she's all about her modeling career because when they asking how you feel about your dad's career thing, blah blah blah. Of course his wife's up there too. But she's just like, you know what? And I'm not thinking about that right now. It's all about my modeling. Check my Instagram. Check my Tumblr, Twitter, anything else that's social may be irrelevant. I am here, everybody. Little child. Anyway, so, Jason, of course, he's getting ready for dinner. And fast forward, we got a couple things going on. Okay. Kara, Chardonnay talks to Kara. She sees us up there standing. And, Chardonnay, she's like, oh, I see you got your freaking weird dress. I knew you got freaking, but you look like you got the big old dress on. Something like that, she says along the lines, right? And Kara's all like this, like, she admits to Chardonnay that even though she broke it off, she realized she still has feelings for him and stuff. And, then comes Tasha Mack. At first they're trying to compare baby, but, they both got dresses on. Kara's showing a little side skin, near, stomach here or something. But Tasha, got peekaboo, titties here, how are you? And, dressing up the knees, because, Chardonnay was talking about now, she's in the stage now that she's like, leave Forever 21, she's in the 30, she's going to deal with BB and mess with their line and go up the scale and basically saying, like, she passed the stage, be dressing basically like, hoochie or whatever the heck she was trying to say. Here comes Tasha Mack, oh my gosh, but it wasn't an outfit that was scary. She come in like this and stuff. Do y'all remember, if y'all remember Living Color or Singing in Living Color, it was a character Jim Carrey played, and he, what was it, fire marshal just sitting there just that's how she came out. That box dog just sit there, just looked like, she was one of those clay figures that came to life and it melted some side of her face. That's how the heck it kind of looked as far as like the effects of starting to melt some of the wax and just, that's her eye just sitting there. This people thinking she about to have a stroke and stuff. Jason asking, I think Chardonnay, one of them that stroke and stuff, whatever. Is she about to have one? So, Tasha's all like this, thinking she's bald and, of course, they're getting like, her beauty and everything else, whatever, and, because Chardonnay noticed something was wrong with her face. Like, oh, Lord, y'all. So, anyways, you get people ready to sit down, but right before, I guess, when they're about to do the speeches, like I said, you got Kara, they actually had the names where everybody was supposed to sit at. They had the little names, all the little plates and everybody, right? Kara's over here. Bryce's government name, Blue, Bryce, same person, and stuff like that. So she goes over there to talk to Blue for a second. Ha ha ha, whatever the case is, just see how you do type of speeches. And then here this girl show up, because she actually took her name off the plate and moved it or something, right? And it turns out this was his date, and she all trying, it ends up sitting aside, because and then she's just letting her know, the new girlfriend or whatever, we found out later on who she is, I guess. It's basically like, okay, she finds out this is Blue dating stuff. So, Miss Kara was sitting there taking obviously sipping a little bit too much through the night stuff, right? As we see. We find out even later on why they're doing this, during the speeches and stuff like that. They said, she's sitting up here talking about the girl realized how the way she was acting, because she even had to ask the girl, like, where y'all met at Twitter? And she's like, no, they met at some particular bar or club or whatever. And she just like, is that place even still relevant, or whatever? You could tell Kara just sitting there rolling her eyes and shit like that. She just like, this bitch can't be. She was trying to find some wrong saying the girl's boobs were sagging, something like that. I'm just saying, Kara was really having a moment, whatever. Because I could have sworn wasn't the name tag on another table and she switched it over there. Okay, all right. And so, anyways, y'all, she ends up, like I said, she's still talking to smack through all the thing. So before Jason gets up there to do his speech. Number one, he runs into this old player that they didn't recognize. Maybe he must have gained some weight, got a beard and stuff like that. Because the guy was like, "Don't you remember me? I was number 77," something like that. Jason was sort of like, "Oh, okay." You could tell him. He's just like, "Okay, moving on." And then at the same time, here's Tasha, the same table sitting with Jason's parents and stuff, right? And he all talking stuff like, like making comments about her, flirting with her. And he gonna say something like, "Oh, we have an open marriage," and the mom was like, "Hell no, we ain't got no partial open or nothing. It is closed." And as soon as I think Tasha Tasha leaves the table or something like that. Here go his Jason nasty ass parents. Let's get it on. It'll kind of remind me of y'all ever seen the classic movie Boomerang and Guillermo Aguirre's parents are John Amos, and I forgot what that other lady's name, but she used to be on occasionally Peter Martin. I forgot what her name is, that actress was. But they were fucking in the bathroom on Thanksgiving time, and her nasty, she was like, basically, "Are you up yet?" or something like that. And they're like, "Let's do Major Spare." Okay, nasty ass went there. They came back, clothes all messed up and everything. So I guess make another person jealous or something like that. And it ends scene. So before Jason goes up there, it was the support, I think, from CNN or something like that. And he just wanted to ask him some questions, right? Set up. And he's basically letting him know, like, for you to be the age that you were, your numbers this particular year were drastically high. You scored, the one, I think it was the year that he won the championship, right? And then the guy decides to remind him how drastically lower his previous year numbers were. And Jason just like, okay, that just could be a little, discrepancy, no biggie. That's no big deal, nothing like that, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, it threw me off, y'all, because I got the Yahoo Messenger, and I also sent your condolences for Ashley Miller's family about what's going on with that. So it just threw me off. I was just seeing it back. I know that's a little bit off distraction, but I'm just looking at the messenger. But yeah, y'all. So the reporter journalist let him know, like, you were doing something. And he was just like, he didn't know what the heck it was at first, and then he let him just play. I was just saying, it's steroids. You've been doing them hemorrhoids, okay? And Jason's like, the fuck, what are you talking about? He just kind of was pausing to a certain point, and the journalist let him know, like, somebody from the Sable, what I'm talking about, some Stabler for. Sable organization has already, was willing to, call out some names, including his ass. So he gave him his business cards, like, when you're ready to talk, maybe there's an inappropriate time, but when you're ready to talk, and tell me flat out the truth, you can go ahead. So Jason, this is all the time Malik comes in, and Malik already is having, like, having, a complex issue about how everybody feels. We feel like everybody basically did make him the middle finger, and because of the issues that he's going on with and everything else, he just feels like, how Malik is a lot of times. There is some slight chance that Malik is a lovable, but he's usually an asshole. The lovable part usually is not there. So, he has a complex about feeling like, everybody, he just like, F all of y'all looking at me, blah, 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 F y'all, blah, blah, blah. And Jason was originally, since Malik didn't come there at first, he was going to have Blue do the speech, whatever, the greatest ever, first name, ever, greatest, whatever, the world's greatest, whatever. And as soon as Malik came in, okay, thank you, bye, Blue, you didn't take that damn help anyway, bye-bye. Sit your ass back down. So, after that, he ended up, like I said, now this is the first scene, number one in the bathroom. When Malik is starting to go do his speech, or basically tell everybody off there and there, Jason is in the bathroom hurling, and I don't know what showed all that, but hope it was chickens. I first thought, like, is that offensive or something? Because it looked like blood. I'm just saying, not be graphic, but they the one showing the TV. So, anyways, he's all like, oh my gosh, you're gonna say anything first, because Jason, when he heard that news once the report left him, he first was like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. But then he started looking around, looking at Tosh Mack or certain folks, like, who the heck gonna tell me? And then he got paranoid, and then he up here hurling the bathroom. And then, you got then all of a sudden later on, when Tasha and Brandy go to the bathroom and stuff, right? Tasha all of a sudden has, Tasha already thinks, because her and why did I call Brandy? Know what her name is, Chardonnay on here. I'm sorry, y'all. Chardonnay and Tasha go to the bathroom the first time. Tasha wants to tell Brandy, Chardonnay, that she is going through a cross season. She feels she's about to cross over to menopause. She's feeling like my titty. One's cold, one's hot, whatever. I ain't got no station. Charlotte's Web in my cooch. I mean, she didn't say all that, but I'm just saying she's been there just saying like this. It's just she's just going through a bit crisis. But when she goes lay onto the bathroom, which by the way, when I think she's walking to the bathroom, Jason's parents said, agreed that she has a nice ass, and then decided to fuck in the stairway one more time if they agreed to again. Freaking motherfucker. Well, they keep names. They're spicing things up. So, anyways, y'all, Tasha starts throwing up, and then Charlotte comes in the bathroom, and she hears her in one of the stalls throwing up. Again, toilet scene number 2. And here Tasha admits, like, I don't need a doctor to tell me this, but I've been throwing up and gaining weight, and I haven't missed my period. And Charlotte, starts saying this, that ain't no menopause, it's, here go Tasha, and she like, they just harmonized back and forth a couple times, and came to the realization that, Tasha might be possibly pregnant, and that ain't no menopause symptoms for you. And so, later on, you got kids still up here drinking and stuff like that at the time, and she ends up going to the bathroom herself, and to the men's one, just drunk, and then she goes to the stall, she hears basically Simone, and she, stands on the toilet, and then she sees basically Boo and this chick that he's recently with bucket. And it turns out he just met this chick last night, stuff like that. But she did say one important, even though it was a bunch of drunken stuff she was saying. She said this was like, because like already table, we already know that, when the girl asked like, well, she had to remind us that she the one who dumped Blue and all this stuff like before, right? I never said that earlier. But at the same time, she's sitting here saying this comment like, we're in a hotel, and you mean to tell me y'all couldn't screw get a hotel room and stuff like that? You don't need to be used for him and cheating you. You need to use him, blah, blah, blah. And so Blue was like, basically, like, they stopped stalking me, leave me alone, move, bitch, stuff like that, whatever. Of course they stopped fucking by at that time, him and the girl. And, Karen started leaving. The girl ended up basically like, get out of my face. I don't want to have nothing to do with you anymore. It is true. You should have got me a hotel bed and room. Come to think about it, screw. So it was into that. So she drunkenly just goes out in the man's bathroom. Jason decides to talk to that guy at 77 to 1 that nobody, even the coach was speaking to him and didn't know who the hell he was at first. Okay, so Jason decides to talk to him, and they, I guess near some stairway, near the area near the stairway. He says some comment along the lines that the guy slips up and says one comment about, he was like, remember, and again, it was, and this is exactly what they're saying, remember we did, but that was at the strip club, the bachelor party, no, we didn't, he had to flat out tell him the word steroids, right? And so, anyways, he ends up basically telling him, saying, slipping on the lines about McBride or somebody, I don't know if that was maybe reported, I forgot, y'all, sorry, bear with me, but he basically was slipped and let him know, like, he was the one that was giving out names. So, of course, Jason, pushes him to the stairway, pat 3 times, I think, with the ring. Was that one of them championship rings he had it on? And he basically let him know, like, that was some BS around, and gave him a threat, like, you do this, you're just going to be hell to pay. But the guy just said like this, like, well, 3 years ago, I tried to call for you for help, whatever the case was. And he was like, you try to call me, you on drugs. And he was like, yeah, coke is a very expensive habit. I forgot what the dude's name was. We're just going to call him number 77. I think that's what his name was. And so, he ended up, saying to him, like, but 2 years ago, I tried to be clean, you still didn't look out for me. So he basically like this, I'm broke, and blah, 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 and I'm not going to be quiet, and that's where Jason made that threat. And so now that's going to be pinned about is this dude going to call out his name again, or he willing to drop some names of who was taking steroids around that time, besides this dude that read himself, because he came clean a couple months ago, I think, to that same reporter that came to Jason before he did his speech. But like I said, around this time, Malik has sit here and basically said, like, I know y'all looking at me, don't worry about me, blah, blah, blah. He got to sit there and put his phone on boys and speakerphones, bank account $32 million. He's like, you know what, I'm doing well with fatties. And if y'all want a free slice of cheese, you can put a promo and say, kiss my fatty, or something like that, right? So, he's basically like, I'm about to go in. But before he went in, even the coach was saying, this is before Jason finally got on the stage, right? It's like, I know I'm fast forward, but just to say, this is how irritated Malik was. Maybe he was talking about, Mom, what is wrong with your eye? And then he's sitting here talking about, like I said, Malik is, like I said, has a complex now. He feels like, base F y'all dog me, left me onto the side, but I'm doing great. Don't worry about Malik in this motherfucker. That's basically the time when Malik came. And then Jason, before he did his speech, thought that Malik had said the greatest forever, always the best forever. And then he found out Malik didn't say anything about really too much. He was just Malik was just really mostly basically giving everybody a middle finger about, I moved on after I got something whatever going on my own self at the restaurant, whatever I think it is. So to end the night, here's two things that's going on. Malik and his boy Bibbs / bodyguard at this bar, right? And playing on the TVs near the bars, Franco, whatever his name is, that rapper who ended up jumping in, whatever, jumped him. Then he made a diss song, got this dude posting Malik in a jersey, beating up and stuff like that. Like, he got basically what it's called, jumped out the game and shit. And then, he bragging about it, and the next time he's gonna murder and do it, got the singer, we gonna jump them things, and all this other stuff, right? I'm just like, oh gosh. So, Malik, of course, is obviously about to get that heat or whatever. And because he said had Bibbs go over the house. So he's waiting at the studio across the street, whatever. And he said, I think Frank even got Kendrick Lamar supposed to do remix for this jump out the game song. And Tasha ends up finding out, but I think Bibbs was the one who called her and let her know, like, okay, your son is acting up with him. Try to warn, because, Malik could possibly get, hurt worse or whatever, or not make it. So Tasha, was like, Bibbs, get your ass up the car. And she's up sitting in the car with Malik to calm him down, like it's not worth it. And she ends up telling Malik right there that she found out tonight that she was pregnant. She was like, I don't want your future little brother, little sister be up here talking to you behind, glass on window, or sitting here talking to you while, at your tombstone, or whatever. So Malik, she was able to convince Malik to calm down and just let this stuff go. And, she thanked Bibbs, whatever, and then he was on well. But the last scene is, here's Carol waiting and trying to convince, one of the ballet dudes to give her a car. And he can clearly tell that she's very intoxicated and don't need to be behind the wheel. But she's trying to convince him, like, but it's my car. Do you know who I am? I was in this and this and this. And Blue's actually trying to take her home, and he asks what he pays to do, slip with some extra money to give the key so he can drive, Kara back home, and also the same place, complex to stay at. And all of a sudden, I think this officer comes by, whatever, and, here's Kara talking about, yeah, he took my keys and stuff, but my name, right? He took my keys. And the officer was asking him, or whatever, security guard, whatever, and is asking Blue to give her back her keys. And he like, no, I ain't give her back the keys. And, they track him. All I know is I've been like next minute, here go Blue, he pushes the officer, and I think ends up, and he pushes back, and then, somehow Blue spits contact here, and then here comes another officer, but and they did it was a couple, 1, 2, 3 punches, whatever, that occurred. And next minute, we got Blue in handcuffs, and then we can see credits. So, and then I'm suspecting to see at least, previews, but again, I didn't see no previews for the next episode. So that's how pretty much it ends, y'all. Well, I hope y'all take a watch. I did the best I can. I hope y'all enjoyed the review, and I definitely will see y'all in my next reviewing episode. And by the way, also I don't forget also to shout out my Marie Linda. That's, like I said, I hate, and also Don Self-Esteem Queen, and I didn't already said that. And y'all take care, and y'all have a wonderful, terrific day, and lovely week, and a lovely weekend. And I'll definitely see y'all next video, y'all. Bye bye.